These are my thoughts with regards to the big fight coming up between Miguel Cotto and Canelo Alvarez. I'm just glad this fight's been made. I'm not a big fan of Miguel Cotto. Since he's moved to middleweight division, I have developed a dislike for Miguel Cotto, unlike any other fighter I have known in boxing, because the middleweight title of years gone by has had such prestige, and so many great fighters have held the WBC title, and Miguel Cotto, rightly or wrongly in his mind, is making a mockery of that title. He is not the middleweight champion of the world. He is the middleweight champion of the world in paper form. That's it. He does not weigh. He's not big enough to be a middleweight champion, and you're not coming in at 160 pounds. You're not a middleweight champion. I'm sorry. And my problem with Miguel Cotto is just that, he should have stayed at light middleweight, or he should have won the middleweight title and gone back down to light middleweight. Instead, he's now fighting Canelo Alvarez, and this fight is again another catchweight fight. So we're fighting for the catchweight championship of the world. In my mind, I think there's only one winner in this fight, which is Canelo Alvarez. I think Canelo, bigger, stronger, younger, fresher. Cotto's been in too many wars, and Canelo will press the action, no doubt. And when he presses the action, it's just a matter of time how much punishment Cotto can take from a naturally bigger man. Just how much are you going to drain Canelo as well, and how much effect is that going to have on Canelo? That's the only thing I could possibly think of. But otherwise, this is basically a light middleweight fight. Or I look at it as a light middleweight fight, or two light middleweights fighting with a middleweight championship of the world, and in that itself is a problem. Why didn't they just make the light middleweight and the middleweight championship of the world both on the line at the same night? So, I guess the winner, which I think will be Canelo, then you still got a problem either way you look at it, because you still haven't got a middleweight champion. Because is Canelo ready to give up his light middleweight championship and fight a middleweight, or he's going to do what Floyd Mayweather does, fight a light middleweight with WBC title, and then when he feels like he's got to make a defense, move up to middleweight? I mean, that doesn't make us any closer to the middleweight championship of the world. And here's this as well. They're negotiating over a rematch clause. Now, I don't know. I'm not in America, and I don't know the information. I could be speaking out of turn here. But let's just say, if this fight were to decide to go to be a rematch, let's say Miguel Cotto wasn't happy with the decision, or wasn't happy with the way the fight went, we could see Miguel Cotto, Canelo too. So we have another 6 months waiting around to decide what's going on with the WBC middleweight championship of the world. The winner fights the winner of Lemieux and Golovkin. That's great, because we're getting some sort of clarity as to who the real middleweight champion of the world is. There could be a stumbling block. If Gennady Golovkin doesn't beat Lemieux, or suffers an upset, a shock upset, and it would be a shock to those people, to a lot of people. And if Cotto were to lose to Canelo, which I think it looks like it's going to happen, then Cotto may not want to accept that loss and may want a rematch. So especially if this fight goes to points, If Cotto can some way get to 12 rounds, you know, but don't discount Cotto. He does carry a big left hook, and Canelo was shaken up. If I'm right, he was shaken up by his Canelo was shaken up by his younger brother, Jose Cotto, I believe, and Canelo was badly shaken up even in the first or second round. So Canelo can be shaken up, and Cotto does carry power, but I just think that Canelo's got it. Cotto's got to get Canelo out of this fight inside the first 4 to 5 rounds. Because if this fight goes into the later rounds, I can see Canelo really punishing Cotto. I really can. Guy's been in too many wars. He's a small guy, and at least Canelo looks like a guy who can move up in a few weight divisions. You know, he started his career what, light middleweight, light welterweight, or was it Cotto? Was he a light welterweight? I'm sure he was a light welter. Then he moved up to welterweight, then light middleweight, and now middleweight. Whereas Canelo, I believe, started at. We had the welterweight fight with Mayweather, moved up to light middle. You know, but he's a naturally bigger frame guy anyway. So, and it was Canelo's fault. He decided to. No, he did fight. No, he fought Floyd at light middle. Excuse me, fought at light middle. So, you know, I think Canelo's naturally a bigger guy. So, bigger, and he's not just bigger. Technically, probably better than Cotto as well. Technically, so bigger, stronger, technically better. So I don't know. I'm looking for Canelo to win this fight. Mid to late round stoppage. I just want to see the back of Cotto. I really do. If not the back of him, just get out of the middleweight division, please. Get out the middleweight division, Miguel Cotto. Can't fight like middleweight. Fight at welterweight, but just get out of the middleweight division. You're making a disgrace of the title. It's disgraceful. Miguel Cotto, I respect him as a fighter at the welterweight division. At light middleweight, he got beat by Austrian Trout. You know, so he fights Daniel Gill, pulls him out of his weight category by draining the poor guy till he comes to the ring like a skeleton and knocks him out with a headbutt and a left hook or right hand. You know, I'm not impressed with Cotto as a middleweight. I'm sorry. And then he beat a shot Martinez who basically should have been wheeled into the ring. You know, because his legs were gone anyway. So I guess you can only beat who's put in front of you. But I'm sorry. I know Miguel Cotto is saying, "No, you know what? Well, when I fought Pacquiao drained me. So my excuse now is that because Pacquiao drained me and I got the life beaten out of me against Pacquiao, now I'm going to drain everybody else." That's his excuse. Who asked you to fight Manny Pacquiao? You chose to fight Manny Pacquiao, and you chose to you know. But now you probably feel, well, you know what? I'm the A side now, so I'm going to do what I want, even if that means messing up the middleweight legacy and middleweight division, its legacy. And for that reason, that is why I don't like Miguel Cotto. And for that reason, I'm backing Canelo. You know, I've got no problems with guys fighting from one weight division to another weight division to make legacy, to make history, and to fight naturally at that weight. What I do have a problem with is when a guy is trying to claim that he's a middleweight champion of the world and then drain everybody. I know Pacquiao had a moment where he was draining people, but at least he came in on weight. You know, he came in on weight. This guy is not even coming in on weight. So that's it. Those are my thoughts on it. I'm not going to do any more videos on it because what is there more for me to say? I'm not a fan of Miguel Cotto at middleweight. I believe Canelo's going to win the fight by late stoppage, mid to late stoppage. I believe Cotto has a chance to the left hook, but other than that, I just can't see him winning the fight. And those memories of Margarita may come back to Miguel Cotto, but this time, and Pacquiao, the Pacquiao fight, but this time you'll be fighting a guy that's legit. My only concern is Canelo being weight drained. That's the only concern. He's a big guy. That's my only concern. But other than that, you know. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Love to hear what you think. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, share the video, share the love, share the hate. I don't know. But hope you enjoy it. I'm out. Take care.